Greetings, pirates and privateers. Grim here, coming at you live from my new garage full of my brand new starter hover tank. Haven't come up with a name for it yet, but maybe during today's episode we will. What we're going to do right now is apply a little bit of paint. And once we've got it sufficiently covered, we're going to take it out and go knock on some Xerox doors. Now, doesn't that sound like fun? Yeah, me too. So, first thing I want to do is when you pull up the paint tool here, we'll just, from the beginning, you right click when you're pointing at a panel, and it will pull up all of the options available for that particular panel with textures and all that other stuff. If you have a color selected here and you click configure, this little panel over here on the right pops up. What I want to do is turn this thing into a nasty dark gray. There we go. You can see the body changing over there. So we're going to go right about there. So that cockpit was already that basic color. So anything that you've already made in that color will change. So you only get to use the one palette when you're doing this kind of stuff, but that's okay. So we're going to go to textures. We're going to pick something smooth, I think. We're going to make this a nice sleek little boat. Looking kind of stealth fighter-ish already. Yeah, I'm liking the way that looks. Basically, I'm just going to lay down a base coat here, and then we'll get to a few little details later on. Might put a couple of different little spots on it that look like, vent panels and things like that. And I'm also thinking of doing one of the things that I've done with a couple of the other Cartel ships and putting a nice red Go Faster stripe on it, or two. Just want to see what she looks like when we've got most of the paint done here. Let's see. The back panel. This guy here. And getting these can be a little tough when you've got the guns already installed, but looks like I'm able to hit them without too much trouble. Just make sure it says container extension when you're pointing at it, and you'll get the right piece. Alright. And get the front edges on here. Oop, I get that little corner. Never forget the corners. Okay. On the back, you, and that's everything that's kind of poking out that people can see. Alright. Let's see what the Go Faster stripes look like on here. That's not too shabby looking. If you hold Control and right click when you're pointing at a panel, it'll copy that color and texture, so you can just slap it somewhere else. Nifty little tricks of the trade. It's not looking too bad. I think in its current condition, it's just about ready to go out and knock on a few doors. So before I started the paint work here, I did get some projectiles cooking up so that we've got some stuff to shoot with. They're almost done. So now we can go and later on, I'm gonna, before I put this out for, actual consumption on the Nexus Mods website, I'm gonna go into God mode. And in order to paint here, see how it still says small ion turbo thruster? You have to go into the model. So when you're in God mode, you can kind of phase in. And now that you don't see that anymore, it'll actually paint the surface. But it's pretty finicky. Doesn't always work the way you're hoping. Yeah, like there. There we go. And I'll paint the rest of the internal parts like that. Let's see here. Make sure we've gotten those. And make sure that it's all nice and buffed up for download when you grab it. Now, we go into our F4 menu. Base output has all our ammo in it. This will be hover vessel. Will it fit? Of course it will. We have 1,875, so you can load up on gunnage here. Now, on this planet, I've discovered a few things. They are all big and nasty, though. Logistics station. Yeah, the problem with this one is that this is a level 3 planet, and as such, it has many, many, many big guns. This is a starter hover vessel. So what I'm going to do now is fly us to one of the starter planets where you'd probably want to deploy this thing first and see whose door we can knock on there. Alright everybody, welcome back to Omicron. And as you can see in my sights, I've got a fancy schmancy Xerox O2 storage just off the bow of our light mining frigate here. I want to see if I can get a view from above, just out of range of its guns here. Right about, what is that, 300 and something meters? Yeah, we should be alright. Because I'd like to get a look at the layout of this thing, and then I can make a decision as to how to approach it. So, O2 storage will have a core in one of the sides, I believe. Oh, I wasn't completely out of range. There we go. Hey, 460 meters. So the core is going to be in one of the sides. I'm not sure which one it is. Alright, that's fine. Either way, I gotta land over here somewhere, and then we'll just take the hover tank in from a side and we'll start poking at its guns. I'm gonna have to fix up some of the paint. Damn thing taking pot shots at me. Who the hell do they think they are? Well, this needs to be answered. It's a good thing we have a hover tank on board. Good old-fashioned gats, gotta love them. Alright, we're gonna kill the thrusters. Jump out of the seat, head on down. Ooh, yeah, that's another thing. So, we have filled it up with light railgun projectiles, but we have not filled up the pentaxid tank. This is going to be important because that's what runs the shields. And we need shields. Shields are nice. So we're going to rob a little from Peter to pay Paul. There we go. Nice and full. Okay. Think everything in it is ready to go. Ooh, nice and bright. So, there we go. Out the back of the boat. And there's our O2 storage over this way. Let's see if we can approach. Now, the first thing to take notice of, right down to the left of the control stick there, range, 227 meters. So that yellow number's got to be under 227 for us to hit anything. So I want to go up and see if there's a place that we can get a little sneaky on these guys from. Maybe over here. Whew. Hot rod. I also want to be very careful that we don't get taken out by any of the wildlife around here. Oh, those work nice. Okay, so we are going to be within range from just under this rise. Oh, it's already shooting at me. And I forgot to put the damn shields on. So we're getting torn apart. Now let's get over here and see how bad it is. Damn it. Alright. 2 hover engines, 2 engines. Missing a block there. 2 hover engines, 2 engines. 2 rear engines. How are the guns doing? Everything looking not too bad, all things considered, that I was an idiot. Okay. So fix up all the little bits that we can. Well, that's not good. Didn't want to have to deal with that today. Man, that was a good thing I got off of this rock. It's not made up of friendly phases. Alright. Yeah, still got all the guns. And funny enough, that turret didn't really do a horrible amount of damage. It hit the cockpit quite a bit. There we go. Now you're back over here. I think it was shooting at our guns on the roof there. Oh, and you know what? I forgot the damn shields again. Let's see. Settle in here. Oh, dummy, dummy, dummy. Still holding up not too bad. Oh, looks like we lost 1 block on the front there, and that's with all their guns firing at us, so that combat steel does do something. But now the shields are at 68%, 87, 100. Now let's see what we can do. allows us to get a few shots in. Okay. Let the shields come back up. And again, we gotta be within 227 meters, and I gotta be a better shot than I have been. Come on. I screwed that last shot up. Waiting for a shield to recharge. And there we go. Back into the breach. Ooh, there's one. Alright. We'll get there. We were able to take out one of the turrets. It did take quite a few rounds, and my shaky hands didn't help. But the shields are making this a lot more enjoyable, I gotta admit. Okay, you over here on this side. Alright. Now, we have a place we can hide. The guns on this sucker can't get me over here. He's got, what, 2 guns left? So, I can possibly poke holes and have a little look-see inside. Can you shoot me yet? Yeah, don't think that's where the core is. How many rounds have I got left on me? So don't forget, it shoots 8 at a time, so I think, yeah, it says we got 400 left. Oh, and there's the lag where it spawns Xerax. Yep, I was afraid of that. Just trying not to get too close, so I wouldn't have to worry about these little dicks. Okay, dropping, dropping, dropping. And this also makes a good argument for installing GATs on stuff. Where is the core on you? Can't remember which side the core was on. Oh, this is gonna just waste my ammo. Oh, I got him. All right. Wonder what's in the side through here. Yeah, we found the kitchen, guys. Kitchen and crew quarters. So we took the guns out on the wrong side to be able to get to the core room. Alright, so that means that we're gonna have to... Oh, this is maddening. There we go. I can shoot you, but you can't shoot me. Kaboom. I was hoping to be able to get through this without needing to destroy all the guns because they have yummy, delectable bits in them. What went away there? What did I take out? Railgun to the face. Oh, okay. Where else? Okay. That was so good. We got 40 rounds left. Making Swiss cheese out of this damn thing. Anything in there look like a core? Still says Xerox O2 storage. I'm looking over you. And I'm out of bullets. If you're better than me, you too can take out a Xerox O2 storage bay. If you're me, though, you shoot it in all the wrong places, make a whole bunch of holes in, basically make a fool out of yourself. But I was able to show you that with just a little bit of imagination and a little bit of skill, you too can build something pretty spiffy. This is a usable hover tank. It will get the job done. It looks pretty not bad. It can handle itself. And it's great for the early game. At any rate, that brings me to the end of this particular build tutorial. In a later video, I may or may not be able to show you how this thing can core a base. I just have to figure out where the damn core is first. And it'll have prettier paint. But as far as the tutorial goes, that's it. For now, this is Grim, signing off.